Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Hello.
All right, quick question. Quick question. Right before this podcast starts, if you could fight a celebrity off the top of your head, who would it be and why? Go.
Fight?
Fight.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Fight.
Why?
Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Both of you, Donald Trump.
Yeah. Why are we fighting? Just because?
Just
Why
because
why do you want to fight him though?
Because fuck
Fuck
Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump.
I would like to fight Kanye West because I would like to know what it'd be like to get in a fight with a god. And with that being said, welcome back to the Bootleg Podcast, everyone. Today is Wednesday.
Wednesday, my dudes.
Today is Wednesday.
Happy Memorial Day
The
weekend.
day after Tuesday.
The Kraken.
Cracking them up for my boys over here.
Cracking them up.
Cracking them up.
Cracking
Release
them
the
up.
Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
You're the only one with a drink this time.
Holy shit. Is this for real?
I'm gonna get parched.
No, I'm quite parched right now.
Oh yeah, we fucked up. How was everyone's weekend? Alton, we weren't together this time.
I know, I'm having Peyton and Kel withdrawals, finally.
Finally.
Finally, like I actually know how it feels like to not be with you guys 24/7.
And how was it?
I got plastered with a bunch of millennials like myself. Do you guys want to talk about your weekend first, or should
Go
I?
ahead.
You do it.
Ours wasn't as exciting, I'm sure.
You guys went to the cabin. That's pretty exciting.
It's relaxing.
It's relaxing. How my weekend went was on Friday night. I got an invite from my buddy Harrison. Shout out to Harrison. To come over after work and have a few cervezas and a couple of shots. And I was like, yeah, I'll go over there with them. I went over there, and right as I got there, there was Jake and his girlfriend and Nate, and then Braden and Colin were coming later. And I was like, I don't want to do too much tonight. I don't want to be too rough because, I got work in the morning, that early in the morning at 9 a.m. Well, yada, yada, yada. An hour later, we were at the bars, and I got annihilated. Went to work the very next day, throwing up pea stew, green throw up.
Ooh.
And then after that, neon yellow Mountain Dew throw up. So, cheers.
Well,
That sounds like...
what bars did you go to?
We went to Twist, then we went to Good Grammar, and then finished the night off at, I think, Cheers. I don't know. I don't remember.
Just making it up.
Because I know there's going to be, our one of our faithful listeners, Braden's going to be like, that's not what happened. You guys did leave me at a bar, though, you goddammit.
By yourself?
By myself at Good Grammar, and I was out on the porch smoking a cigarette, and I'm like, where is everyone? Then I called them, and they're like, oh, we're at Twist. And I'm like, you motherfuckers left me there.
I would have just gone home at that point. And been like, okay, fuck y'all.
I would have, but my car was at Harrison's, and I didn't want to just go home. But anyway, that was my weekend. How was yours, guys?
Well, you're at the cabin.
What'd you guys do?
Jesus. You guys hear that?
What?
Hopefully that didn't get picked up, but someone's banging on the ground up there as usual.
Motherfucker, not again. Goddamn.
Welcome to the Bootleg Podcast.
What is going on with my...
Kind of shitty. Kind of good.
Oh, God.
It looks great. Bringing back high school.
Our weekend was pretty good. We hung out with the grandparents. That's always a good time.
Got chucked up.
Chucked up.
Yeah, when he
Drank
gives
a
you
lot.
multiple tequila shots and then leaves you to die. That's what happened to me.
Oh, no, thank you. No,
Everything.
thank you.
Every time I would open a new Corona, it's like a game to not get him to pour tequila into the Corona. It's like every time it's like crack it open, he hears it. It comes running through the other room. You want me to fix that up for you? You want some tequila in
Oh,
that?
my God.
Yeah.
No.
I hid behind Paula, Grandma Paula. I was like, Paula, save me.
Those
Gonna
guys
get me
are.
chucked up.
Is that the whole phrase right now? Is when
Oh, there's jeffed up and there's chucked up.
what's Jeffed up?
Chucked up is
up-
where you're just way too fucked up. Chucked up is when you get so fucked up you just
Go to bed. And that's what happened to me. Everyone was
just
yelling
go to
at me
bed.
around the fire. Peyton, wake up. No. I'm chucked up.
I'm
Chuck went to
chucked up.
bed.
Everyone is going to bed. I just want to lay here.
No, I was so, and it was freezing, and I just wanted to be a little rotisserie chicken around the fire.
Is it the Costco rotisserie chicken, or are
Yeah.
we talking Smith's rotisserie chicken?
Oh, Costco, obviously.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Co-
yeah.
Costco knows how to crispen up that
Oh,
skin.
hell yeah,
Oh,
brother.
hell yeah. Oh my god, he on X game mode. Oh my god. Anyway, so that was our weekend.
Hopefully everyone else had a
And
good memorial.
adventurous.
Yeah.
Hope you had a lot of memories.
Hope you drank a lot. Honestly.
I've,
It's the only way you can get through the weekend sometimes.
I'm still recovering from Friday night. Like, it's been a 3-day process. I'm still not all the way there.
By next episode, you might be sober enough.
Maybe next episode. I've been working on the new idea for the podcast of the Jeopardy episode.
Ooh.
It'll be exciting.
It will be exciting. I also have a grand prize for the winner. A big cash prize. Big bucks, no whammy.
$2?
Big bucks, no whammy.
Used Chick-fil-A gift card.
You're just going to have to wait and see.
Just 30 cents on this thing, I think.
Give us all your the gift cards that only have 2 cents
Yeah.
left because you can't use them.
It's like a
I
bunch
think
of...
there's about 69 cents on this
Yeah.
one and $1.19 on this one.
And it's not even to the same place. It's like to the dollar store. It's like 3 cents and then 4 cents and 46 cents.
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
A Cabela's gift card.
I recently found all my Reams gift cards in a storage.
Oh yeah, I haven't finished those either.
Yeah.
just
Shopping
throw 'em away.
spree.
Shopping spree at Reams.
At Reams.
Reams grocery
You get
store.
some Airheads.
Airheads are good. Slim Jims are better.
Airheads are good, Slim Jims are better. Get that as a tattoo.
Right there. Right there.
Make a shirt for the podcast.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be our merch for all of our patrons.
Patreons.
That's what they're called, aren't they?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Bootleggers.
The garbage cans.
Garbage cans.
The bums.
The white trash, actually.
Ew. White trash looks more like polished up. I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't either.
Polished up garbage.
Polished up garbage.
Sometimes.
So what's been going on in the news, everyone? What's been going on?
I don't know. When you're at the cabin, you don't have service, so you're like,
You kind of cut off
you
from
get a
the
nice
world.
little break. From
We watched
all
Fox
the bullshit.
13 news last night, and Cash had the realization of how fucked up the world is.
It's like,
The first two things were one was stepmom suffocated her 30-year-old stepdaughter to death, and then the next one was another little girl was missing in Layton,
Oh yeah, I heard
and
about
then there's one that there was a
deadly
tornado
tornado.
in Oklahoma or something and he's like, what is wrong with this show? And we're like, well, Cash, that's how the world goes.
that.
That's
What the fuck?
It's no show. That's life, baby.
that's showbiz, baby.
You can't get more reality than reality TV. I tell you what.
Well, that's why I hate watching the news, because it's never
Good
there's
stuff.
a cat and a dog are best friends. It's actually 79 people were killed in a school shooting.
But ooh, goddamn.
It's true.
I know there's been a lot of school shootings right now, and
Gun reform is
there was
necessary.
reform. I have no problem with people owning guns. It's the ones that I think they need to be a little bit more, not restricted, but a little bit
Regulated.
more regulated. Yeah,
You have to actually pass a test to
pass a test of how you know how to use it, and make sure that you haven't had any past warrants or anything.
It's just the same as getting a. Sorry, Kale.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's in what daily use do you need an automatic rifle?
Yeah, that's true.
Zero. I get it's a hobby, but at some point it's you gotta restrict the hobby to maybe just have a store that does like you can go in and just shoot for the day and then give the gun back. Like nobody needs to own an automatic like big ass assault rifle. There's no
Not even the military uses them.
and the people
True.
that carry guns like the pistols or whatever. How many times do you hear in the news that the guy that was able to carry stopped the shooting from happening? It never fucking
It makes
happens.
you the target.
And then once
Yeah.
the police get there, they see a guy with a gun, and it's probably going to be him. So everyone's like either too scared to pull out their gun to like help the other people, or it's like they don't do anything because they know once the police get there, they're looking for someone with a gun. You have a gun legally, but it's like you're not going to use it. It's just so stupid.
Or a quick response time. If someone has an AR and you have a little hip pistol, like,
Little pea shooter.
hey, stop! And then you're dead. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, there's no use for it.
I
Like,
don't-
everything else is regulated. Like, you can't, I mean, you have to have a license to drive a car, to drive ATVs, to drive anything.
And those are all going through tests and
A license to have a
studying and
business.
classes.
Yeah, and have a business and to be, like, a hair stylist. Like, you have to have licenses for everything and, like, pass tests besides guns.
Most definitely. Weren't they at Walmart? They were selling guns for the longest time in Utah, and then they had to cut that out. I think.
I think Dick's maybe stopped selling guns too, or Dick's.
I think they stopped selling the semi-automatics.
automatic,
Yeah, they still sell hunting rifles and.
Well, yeah, that type of shit makes sense, but it's like, when am I gonna go out during every day and like carry this big ass assault rifle? I just don't get it.
My license to carry, and then you just have, like, no. Doesn't make sense.
Those
And
people that have license to carry are just schmucks anyway. Because
And they have to, like,
show
show it
They just
off.
wanna
They have to,
show
like,
it off,
tuck
yeah.
their shirt around
Yeah,
it.
they're
And,
just
like,
you're just and then they're like, oh, sorry, I got my Colt 45 just hanging off, sorry. And they're like showing off their entire leg just to show this big old
or they're
bulge
like,
on the side of
oh,
their hip.
booty bump. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to hit you.
Just so you know, I'm packing right now.
And then when shit hits the fans, they're like the first ones to run, probably.
We're the last ones to get assaulted because they're the ones with the guns. They're like, you know, when shit does hit the fan, the people that are gonna try to take it out first are the ones with the guns.
Yeah.
Or the ones with a lot of food and water. I should
What?
know. I've done research on this shit.
What do you
You gotta
mean?
explain food and water.
Yeah.
What?
How does that? Yes.
Yes. Well, when shit hits the fan, like, end of the world,
Oh,
catastrophic.
Well, I was like thinking more along the lines of like,
You're just walking in the mall and this person had a water bottle.
Yeah,
and you're
or
like,
like-
fuck you.
oh,
That's what
you
happened
could
at
get
fashion place.
you could get 2 McDoubles.
Pool McDoubles. No, I'm speaking on the terms of, like, if the end of the world happens, some big, when the Wasatch Fault finally goes out.
I hate talking.
Just how crazy. Let's talk about that for
No.
a minute.
Oh, okay.
How crazy is it to actually think about we are a society. No, that's not what I'm meaning, but like we definitely just this little community of Mormons and punks and whatnot living on basically something that's a teetering time bomb, and we just have to go through every single day not even thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't like thinking about it because then I have an anxiety. Like last time we had this conversation, like 2 months ago, I was texting Kale different survival packs off of the internet. I was like, we need to get one of these, and we have to put cat food in it. And we
And I was
have
like, fuck them cats.
You'll eat the cats. Make some cat oil.
no, no, he'd have some gross stuff in his stomach.
Well, you could just, take off that little chub off the stomach and then cauterize that, and then you'll be okay.
No, I don't like thinking about earthquakes. Anytime they talked about it in school, I'd go home and like cry for 3 hours. Or after an earthquake drill. This one time, this kid, we were in high school, and there's this big, probably as big as you, Polynesian kid, and it was an earthquake drill, and those tiny ass desks, and he's like trying to hide underneath it. It's like his head and his whole leg. I'm like, well,
He's holding the desk above his head. Like,
It would probably be better just doing that, just standing and holding the desk. All right, come on.
and he just sat there, and I was like, you okay? And he's like, I'm gonna die when this happens, so
It's like 5 years old.
I could like fit under the desk perfectly. I probably couldn't now, but in high school I could.
Yeah, that was me in middle school and elementary school as well. I had to run to like the kiddie corner where they had like a group.
Go under the teacher's desk, push her out of the way.
Move! Step aside!
Or like the table. You mean like the tables they had extra on the?
Yeah, like the elongated ones where they're like, you know, when they would have like a group session and they would bring like the little, because you know they would have the desks in like fours.
Yeah.
And then they were like, all right, table 10, come over here. And then you go walk over there and they're like, all right, what's your book report on? And we're like, oh, my book report's on Huckleberry Finn and why races. And then they're like, you're in elementary school, you shouldn't be reading that book anyway, but okay, we're going to do that. And then table 9, and then table 9 comes back.
Or like when they'd make you do the reading tests, like, well, everyone's reading at their desk and you had to read out loud to the teacher, like at that table, and you're like, the duck
swam on the lake.
Well, the duck
swam on the lake. Well, my daddy owns the lake.
It's literally how I felt. Or like,
today, Junior. Oh, man. There was this funny meme I saw the other day about Huckleberry Finn, and it was like when it's your turn to read the page of Huckleberry Finn and the N-words in it, and it's just like this kid that's putting on his sunglasses. Here it comes. Here comes a boom.
I was that kid that's I was the kid that like
drop, here
anytime you got like a new book of like Huckleberry Finn, or what was the other one that said it?
Tom's not Tom
no, there's
Sawyer.
another one you read in high school.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah,
Yep.
anytime it was in there, I'd like cross it out. Like no one needs to see it.
No, I don't want to see that.
Like, because I felt bad. I was like, they can just bleep it out. I mean, I know it's part of history, but
Yeah.
A shitty part of history.
yeah, like I don't really want people to feel like they get to say that.
Oh yeah, there was a book that we were reading in 9th grade, and it had the F word, not the fuck word, but the
other one,
the fag word.
It's Kale's least favorite word.
Yeah. Yeah, I know for sure.
You're like hanging off the couch.
And the teacher that we had, we're not gonna say names, but let's say it rhymes with
Miss Johnson.
Toss. She would tape like she would cut out little note stickies and like intricate with magnifying glasses, try to put it on there. Like, all right, we don't need to read that word.
That was me in the whiteout.
Good for her.
Yeah, congrats. I know for a fact you do not like that word. I remember when we went to a bar named Sue, and you were like, all these people were calling me this word.
Oh, that's because that's why I got so pissed off too in my blackout, drugged up, rage fueled fire that I had. I was wearing like Peyton's little yellow coat.
That made you look like Freddie Mercury.
And everyone was just like staring at me, and I was like, hello?
When I was wearing a yellow beanie, and then when the guy was like, oh, are you wearing your jacket to match your girl's hat? And he like grabbed my hat, and I smacked his hand away. I was like, don't touch me. And then that...
No, thank
I
you.
whipped off my frock and I beat his ass.
I got my chocolate ready. Bam, bam.
Oh, my chicle.
Oh, my chicle. Yeah, that was also the moment when you were in the bathroom. Hey, Alton. Yeah. I'm gonna break this mirror. No, you're not gonna break that mirror.
I did not do that.
You did.
Did you see it?
No, but
I did not break a mirror.
No, but you did it. But
I should have.
You did put your shoulder into it.
Just fuck that place.
you're like, watch it.
And I'm like, he did it. Oh man.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. Don't do alcohol.
Don't drug people.
Yeah, fuck. It's so fucked up that like they're having to come out with like nail polishes that you like dip your finger into your drink to make sure you weren't drugged at a party.
They have that?
Yeah. Or like,
is it like a chemical reaction? Of
yeah, so it's like the types of date rape drugs, and they're trying to create a nail polish so you, like the girls will paint their nails before they go out and then stick their finger in their drinks to make sure like someone hasn't drugged it before they drink it.
Really? Yeah, they should have that for pregnancy tests.
What do you mean?
Like nail polish that you put on and then you just pee on it. And And then it just turns like it has a smiley face on it when you're ready.
Frowny face
if you are pregnant.
pregnant.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like, when it's like a positive, I'm like, oh.
It's like, it's all white. If you pee on it, it turns pink. It's like, oh, you don't have a child, but if it turns leopard print or something.
Flowers.
Yeah. Like, congratulations.
A little.
April showers bring May flowers.
I would not want to pee on my fingers. I'm sorry, but
This is a new shirt that we're coming out. I will not pee on my fingers. Check.
What was that? What did you say at the cabin that was like, oh, that's a perfect Forever 21 shirt?
oh, cabin calories don't count. So I was
sounds
trying
like a
not to be
Disney
that
shirt.
person, but everyone was like, I've eaten so much junk food. I'm like,
People just like to say
so?
that.
I hate it. It's dumb. Like, why worry? Just eat what you want, do what you want. But
Get that
but then I jokingly was like, cabin calories don't count. And then Kayla was like, wow, you should make a Forever 21 shirt.
If you're
And then
listening.
made fun of me. And told me to put a fucking camper and a tree on there. So I can make a lot of money
A
off of it.
burger and a
Oh
cabin.
yeah, burger and cabin.
Forever 21, if you're listening, do not get any ideas.
Well, they already have the Disney calories don't count shirts, so, I mean...
So I'm already out of market. That's great. Supply and demand is gone.
I wonder if Forever 21's still over fire because of those shirts. I don't think it was Forever 21. It was probably H&M, and they had plain white shirts that said Manifest Destiny on them.
What is that?
Meaning?
That's like... It's now I'm going to sound like a dumbass because I don't really know what it means. It's like...
Oh, wait, you guys had questions.
It's like... I'll look it up.
Just believe me when I say it.
That's what it said.
It was something about like when the white men came over here to the United States and they were pushing Native Americans out because they thought that the land that the Native Americans were living on would be more fruitful for them because, you know, there was a bunch of crops and a lot of livestock that they
You guys did all the work, so
Yeah.
it's going to be more plentiful for us. Thanks. Get out.
Yeah, and then basically they made shirts.
I
that
guess I
said
kind of
Manifest
remember
Destiny
them
on it.
using...
What?
Wasn't that a Manifest Destiny? Wasn't that... Was it the Native Americans, or wasn't there something else with... I don't know.
Sounds like a Harry Potter spell.
Ooh,
No, it sounds like
Manifest.
manifest.
your happiness and use your crystals and your good vibes and you manifest your destiny, bro.
Well,
What does it say?
It was a Manifest Destiny, a 19th century
Oh,
doctrine
yeah, it
and
was.
belief that the expansion of the U.S.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's they were basically saying it was justified and inevitable for us to basically expand the United States and expand all the colonists and stuff like that. And H&M decided to make T-shirts off of it.
They were probably trying to make it, not doing research on it and trying to say, manifest your destiny and your happiness.
Well, it's
Find your center.
It's always funny when companies like that, like, as soon as people start getting mad, they're like, oh, we're so sorry. We did not mean to offend anyone. Like, how do you let... You're that big of a company, and you
Like,
let a design
produce
like
all-
that make it to the floor. Like,
Or like
you did know what you were doing.
what brand got under fire for, like, the shirts that, it was like a black face with, like, big red lips. And they were trying to say it was, like, blackface.
Oh, I think it was probably Gucci or something. I know Gucci came out with some shoes that looked like that. They were
When
black
it
shoes
wasn't,
with
I
big
mean,
lips.
yeah. I feel like sometimes that gets taken too far, and that's probably not what they were trying to go for, but at the same time, you kind of have to think about those things when you're making
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
Right.
Well, I mean,
They're like, okay, we're gonna send something out there that's way fucked up. People are gonna hate us, but then they're all talking about us.
Definitely, yeah. Well, yeah. They're going to work with that. I'm going to show you something real quick. You guys have heard of Kent State University, right?
It
the
sounds
university.
Well, during the Vietnam War...
DeBry. Try DeBry.
Hey, my kid got into DeBry today.
Taking
What did he have to
classes
do?
Online.
Get connected for free. But now to turn down the happiness, Kent State University was a college that had a bunch of riots during the Vietnam War, and a lot of kids got shot and stuff.
Oh.
And
I didn't learn about this in history class.
this is a sweater that Urban Outfitters released.
That looks like blood. I can't even see it, but
It's supposed to be designed like that, and
Did not.
it didn't fly down the radar like people
They were
wanted.
trying to make it like some tie-dye. Yeah, no, that wasn't even an attempt to make it look like tie-dye. It looks like someone like
looks like you're bleeding in your armpit.
people.
It's like a filter.
Do your research.
Look at the back wall on that picture. They literally just splattered paint on the.
On the wall as well.
Like,
Holy
on-
shit!
that's
There is.
That's how they made the. They're like, hey, stand over here for a second.
We're just gonna.
Like when I first.
Blood everyone.
Oh my god, that's horrible. I literally thought the first time I saw that sweater, I thought it was like an artifact that was recovered from the riots, and I was like, and they were gonna put it in the museum.
You're like, oh no.
Urban Outfitters is selling that. No. Well, it was like the Adidas with the chains on them. Have you seen those ones?
No.
No.
Oh my god! Now I gotta look up that one. It was during their. It was a famous basketball player. I don't know who wrote it, but the basketball player was making them because there was a toy during the '90s called like Monsters Unleashed or something, and it was these dolls that like big monster dolls that had chains on them, and they were brightly colored and stuff. Well, when they released the shoe, it was these shoes that had like these shackles on them.
Oh.
Let me see if I can find them. Shoot.
Sometimes you gotta do your market research.
I'm telling you, it's just to get them talking.
I love the tweets though that make fun of Forever 21 when they're like, "Oh, look at this cute shirt," and then really it says like,
Shit.
"Just girly things." or
Just
something.
girly things.
Oh my! They're literally like orange It's like high top shoes and then shackles around your ankles.
That's a great idea. You know what, Kevin? Promotion.
You're getting a raise.
How did you come up with that?
As he's trying to like hide his KKK covered hat.
Oh yeah,
He's
let
like,
me
"Oh,
hide
sorry,
under
I
the
need to go
Supremes.
change."
He's like, oh fuck, you
Oh
saw
fuck!
that?
It popped out.
My great Make America Great hat. Sorry.
He like literally has the hat on. He's like, "Oh, thanks," and it just flies right off. That's bad news. Bad news bears there.
That's really bad.
That's bad news bears. Damn. Have you ever, guys, worn something that was like you were looking at it and you're like, this might actually be offensive in some way, shape, or form?
No, I tend to.
I think maybe those like Native American shirts are like sometimes, but it's like not even really that. Like,
Yeah.
if they're
I
like
never even
if
thought
they're
of
like
that.
bad ones, like if it's like I don't know, there's like certain ones where like the animals or whatever, but it's like if it's just like straight up Native American.
Actually,
dude,
Kale used to have a shirt that was a girl, and it was her lower half, and
That
then
is
had a
true.
cat sitting right here, and I made him get rid of it because, like, that's funny in a
Horrible.
way, but
there's a cute cat.
I know what you're meaning. I know what you're meaning.
like I am like cool for the little girl that's like taking that photo shoot and got on a shirt, but at the same time, like men don't need to.
Need to
display that.
idolize that. Mm-hmm.
I try to not buy offensive things, but
I actually just cleared out my closet of all my
I actually just threw away my Donald Trump shirt. So. No, well, I have shirts that I can't wear to work that I really wish I could.
Like which ones?
Like, cause you can't be like political at
Mhm.
work. But I have like the shirt that says "Cats Against Catcalling."
Oh, okay.
But like, I don't think that's offensive. But you can't have like you can't wear it to work, or the "Fight Like a Girl" shirt that I have that has like the fist up in the air.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't wear stuff like that, which is unfortunate because
You can wear your David Bowie shirt, right? Though.
not the one of him smoking a cigarette.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
So I don't know. I don't. Have you?
Currently the shirt I'm wearing right now.
Oh yeah, I guess you did almost get in trouble.
I almost got fired for the Legalized Ranch shirt. Shout out to Eric Andre. You're my man.
You're my boy, Blue.
You're my main squeeze of ranch dressing. Yeah, there just was too many people asking what it meant, and I had to explain. It's a joke on Adult Swim on the Eric Andre show. It's just an inside joke. And then I got...
It's an inside joke between me and Eric. Don't worry about it.
Me and Eric only, alright?
Back the fuck off.
And, pretty much. That's probably what we gotta just call this episode, Legalized Ranch, and hopefully he hears about it.
Or he's like, sue.
You can't sue. There was some guy that...
my sue button.
Alright.
That's a sue.
Oh, that's a suck.
Ow.
Yeah, and there was too many people just calling in, being like, so there's this kid wearing a legalized ranch shirt, and it's green, and it's probably like...
It's about marijuana.
It's about the marijuana.
We do live in Utah, so you can't do anything funny here.
I think they heard about that in the last episode, when we just completely shit-talked about it the entire time.
I love living in Utah for I was going to say the environment. Not the social environment, but
No,
the...
Actually, I hate it.
I can't think of one good fucking thing about this place.
Well, I actually really love living... There's,
Well,
there's that... No, that's closed on Sundays. Yeah, nothing actually. Fucking sucks.
Oh, that's a suck.
okay, it's a safe place to live. Except that we live on a fault. So there's literally nothing great about this place.
Oh, there's like nothing wrong with this place. Yeah, besides the fact that there's a giant volcano underneath us right now.
Or like...
And a huge prescription drug addiction and...
Opioids.
This cat lives here.
Send opioids our way, guys.
Found this cat here.
I was gonna say legalize opioids.
I'm gonna get a shirt that says that.
Oh no.
They'd probably be like, that's a good shirt.
Just say legalize and then get poppy flowers on it.
I'm literally if I get a shirt that says legalize opioids at work, you're just gonna have like middle-aged moms just come up and be like, good job.
Did you find that on Etsy?
Oh my god, I need to get that shirt.
What's the Etsy at?
Facebook me the link to that. Gotta get it.
It's on the Wish app. Talking about ordering stuff online. Wish is dangerous. I, for one, bought a Thanos ring on Wish, and
you can't see it.
You can't see it.
Unless you subscribe, baby.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Wish is a dangerous place. Or it comes and it looks nothing like what you bought. Like my pig purse.
You guys are the masters of Wish. Why don't you explain what the app is?
For those who don't know, Wish is just basically cheap shit.
That comes from China.
That comes from China or Japan or wherever. And
it says China Post, so I'm guessing it's...
Is it really China Post? Shit, man.
Like, that's their tracking system, but it's just cheap, weird doodads and thingamabobs that...
Picture the as seen on TV section in Walmart, but never ending and online.
Yeah, and then you look up weird things on there, and then they pop up on your feed as something you might like sex toys, and then then you just get all of the weird ones, because Alton and I decided one day that it'd be a good idea to type in sex toys on that, and...
And then you come across the Pussy Destroyer 4000.
Yeah, it was literally...
It's got teeth.
It was a goddamn lawnmower with a dildo at the end, and just...
With the freaking urethra cock ring.
Oh
I had
my
to look
God.
up what that actually did.
Oh my god, it was a cock ring and it had a hook at the end, and I'm like, what is that? And I had to look it up, and apparently
Well, it's like a hook with a ball on the end, like a little silver ball.
So you put it on, and then it just...
What does it do?
It goes right in your little pee-pee. And
make sure you...
It goes inside the pee hole?
Yeah,
inside the
and then
pee
it
hole.
blocks you all up, so when you... Then it doesn't go inside of her, but you get backed up and you blow up yourself, and that's it.
You have babies
We're
yourself.
gonna blow!
It's gonna blow!
Oh, like one of the reviews is like, Can't wait to try.
Yeah, can't wait to try it out. That was what it said on there, and I was like, oh my god. Those are the one things that don't need to be reviewed is the sex toys. The toe hitch, hook, butt plug.
Oh my gosh. No, the one that like hooks on the wall. There is like a wall hook.
It's like
And
a
it's just a
fucking meat
big
hook.
anal bead on the end of this hook.
This wall's going down.
And
just
it's like,
put
and
your
so
girl
Alton
up
and,
there.
Alton and I are like, what? What do you do? And then we were like, oh. And you just like take your little girlfriend and on the hook on the wall.
And you're like, how you feel, babe? Oh, that's nice. All right, see ya. Just leave her up there.
Just close her back in the closet.
Oh shit.
I don't know. Or like
Which
there's
booty
like
call
the
am I using
sex
today?
swings that you like hang
Oh.
from the ceiling.
Chained up by
Strap
all
in.
fours.
Swing together. There was a TikTok.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Tell me
This
about
is-
this TikTok, please.
It's like this teenage boy, and he like goes into like the parents didn't take it down, and it was like in their office, and he's like, "I found my parents' swing,"
Oh.
and he like is trying to get into it, and he's like, he has like his hands in one and his legs in the other, and he's like spreading,
Oh my god.
swinging
He,
back and forth.
he's getting into it, and little does he know that anal wall thing is behind him. He's like, what is this? Ah! His parents come home. He's, what the fuck?
Now his mom's still hanging on the door, just butt ass naked, just shh.
Don't tell your father.
Don't say anything, please. He left me up here 3 hours ago. He's downstairs.
Bring mommy some water.
Fuck that, bring me a Prosecco.
A Prosecco.
It's not DiGiorno.
It's Prosecco.
Prosecco.
Imagine the sick fuck that created that. Like, was at a park when he's like, damn, you know, it'd be good if we chained him up and slapped a dildo on that swing.
I think he was getting his car towed, and he's like, "Hey Bob, I gotta figure out what this next sex toy is gonna be." Oh, hold on, what the fuck? My Chevrolet's being towed. Bob, I just got a great idea to get the kids.
Get the kids.
It's just like this little warehouse with like 800 kids just making the tow truck.
I can't.
The tow truck slide.
4,600 million to go.
Oh my god, you guys. No.
They're just building it. They don't know what it is.
Like, the kids are gonna love this.
Some take it home with them. They're just like,
Mom, look
Look
what
what
I
I
made at
made.
work.
look what I made at work. Oh my
Actually
god.
made of, like, cotton balls, popsicle sticks.
Ew.
This is a 3D figure of what it does.
It's a fucking 3D print. Took 3 days to make, but here we are. Breaks off first use.
So in case you are wondering, you should get the Wish app and just type in really any word and it'll find some weird ass things.
Send us some good finds.
I was trying to find a cat outfit for my cats.
I saw the bow tie collars. You should get one of them.
Okay, well I was looking, I put in cat hat, I think.
It was
'cause
probably a hat of a cat that you put on a person.
Yeah, well
There's
and
a
then,
cat
but then you scroll
in a
down and
hat.
it was a cat tail
Oh, that you
butt plug.
Kinky.
I just got a new one the other day.
My little pony.
Kale's a brony now, did you not?
Oh, really?
That's the most disturbing thing ever.
Bronies.
Yes.
I mean,
Is
it's
that
the
real
same
or is
thing.
that just Bob's Burgers?
No, it's a
episode?
real thing.
It's a real thing.
Was with people wanting to be everything
Horses.
but a person.
One of my best friends was
Because
a
being a
brony.
human fucking sucks.
Have you seen that lady that's been going around that's like a full-on horse?
That like runs.
She like has like
She
built
gallops.
a little like jump for her, and she just like props at her. She can really gallop.
Nay.
This is not- that is not what the Old Town Road song was about.
I got the horses
It's
in the
just that
back.
lady running.
Horse dog is attached.
Didn't maybe I just dreamt this, but didn't like little Nas X like quote that?
He probably did.
And he was like, "This is you guys are taking my song too far," or something like that.
Excuse me, sir. Why are you
He's
biting me?
asleep.
No, he's not.
He's
Oh.
biting you.
He's
Ow!
teething.
My best friend when in high school was a brony, and I just didn't want to deal with it. I just
You're like, do you, bro?
do you?
Just like closing your front door.
It's the same. Did we tell you we saw a real life furry at the park the other day?
No way.
We were.
Oh yeah.
We were
We
Pokemon.
sent you a thing, or we put
He
it on
probably ignored us.
What?
But
our story, I think.
no, we were Pokemoning, of course.
Yeah.
And we're just standing there, like, fighting this gym. We both look up, and there's a furry pulling his whole suit out of his car and, like, waved to us.
Hi.
And
go
then
on
Oh
a
no.
walk.
took him, like, half an hour to put on his outfit, and then he just, like, puts on his backpack and strut down the little trail, and off he went.
Oh my god.
We should find where the furries meet
Meetups
up.
are
We should go to
and
Furry
just
Con.
Stop.
Rainforest. Have you guys heard of that?
Rainforest Cafe.
I feel bad making fun of them, but
I
it's
know.
because I don't understand it. Because they're, like, my fursonas.
You're scared of what you don't
Who's your
understand.
fursona?
I think maybe you're interested a little bit.
I'm a goddamn dragon.
I mean, if I was a furry, I'd be a pink fox. So
You're like, I've already got it picked out on
I already
Wish.
drew
It
up.
comes with a special tail.
It sticks right in your bumhole.
Oh fuck. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. My best friend from high school. This is what I had to cancel all ties with. One day he sent me a Snapchat, and it was Judy Hopps figure, like a stuffed animal. And he's like trying this out tonight, and he lifted it up, and there's a fucking
Oh my God.
flashlight, like where he cut a hole in and stuck it in there. And I
Poor
was like,
Judy.
and I was like, all right, unfriending you.
Blocked
I
and
thought it was just gonna
reported.
be him with his furry head on and nothing else. Just
He's like, it's
naked.
me and Judy.
If there's any like professional fur makers out there, send it to the PO box down below.
We
There's
don't
not
have a
one.
PO.
I am a 2X,
3X.
3X just to be safe.
Just to have enough room.
I want to be a white wolf.
I don't get it.
You don't get it? That's the most distressed I've ever heard you say.
It stresses me out to watch their videos.
What do you mean? What do you mean? It's
Like, they get all dressed up, and then what?
And then, they do
But
some
then they have the
stuff.
suits on, so how do they do anything? Or do they just leave their heads on?
They do it. There's-
When a mommy and a daddy love each other
When
very
a mommy
much.
furry and a daddy furry.
I'm censoring your name, but Trick explain what furries do. Oh well, you know they put Trick.
Sorry, that took me a second.
they put the syrup suit on.
The
and,
syrup.
they put the syrup on the fursuit.
Oh,
and
you know.
you know when we you know. Shout out to Trick.
Tricks
Well,
are
we
for
were-
kids.
We were talking on the topic of Trick Daddy.
Trick Daddy.
We found 2 other people this weekend. If those 3 were having a conversation together,
I
Oh
would
my
want to
God.
kill myself.
Oh well.
imagine them hosting a webinar.
They couldn't get through the question. So Diane from as what is
Illiterate.
illiterate.
Wait, what's that?
Couldn't get through the whole podcast without taking a sip of.
What
They literally drink the same too.
straight out of a
Oh
Gatorade
my
bottle?
god.
I think that's my worst nightmare.
Oh my god.
Never ending conversation. Just can't move.
We'll tell you after. You don't.
We'll drop the names.
Okay, yeah. That's for the special behind the scenes content.
These are for the. If you pay $20 to our Patreon, you can figure out the
Yeah.
names.
We'll record all of them and then send you a nice little compilation of all of them talking.
Of course. Oh well,
Well,
the dog, the duck may swim on the lake, but my daddy he owns it, and then he ruins the joke, and we're like, Nice talking to you.
Like, okay. Crickets.
What has been 2 hours? We're gonna end it right here.
It's been like 30 seconds. But back to the furry thing.
Furry things. Let's talk about furries.
Kinks. And the kinks. You know the puppy play one?
Fuck no. I don't follow that
It's
underground
like,
culture.
most of them are, well, I don't know, men that...
Now that we're men.
They, like, put on leather dog masks, like muzzles. And crawl on all fours.
Fuck me.
And then, like, their puppy play partner is their owner.
Puppy play as in is they literally act like they're a dog.
So it's kind of like some weird
But
bestiality.
they've got to be
thing.
into leather too, because it's always leather.
Because it's BDSM.
I like the touch of it. Hello and welcome to the puppy play hour. Ruff, ruff.
My ASMR.
I can't add.
God damn it, David, that's my asshole.
And that's when we get the neuter.
The neuter, get the neuter.
Wait, hold on
Get the
1 second.
neuter.
1 second. I'll be right back.
Oh, God.
Here's your foreplay. 1 second.
Here's your foreplay.
He just ran out of the room. We'll continue that. Yeah, I don't equally understand it, because then there was that one show. What? Oh, he's back. He wants this.
So this is puppy play. Not BSA. What? No, ASMR.
I don't know what he is.
Well, that would basically be it as well.
This is the puppy play EDC.
This is puppy play PTSD.
Puppy play PBJ.
You've been such a horny little puppy. You've been so horny.
Who's been a bad boy?
Who's been a bad boy? That's right.
My wiener!
Bob Barker
They
always
don't
said.
cut their wieners, they cut their balls.
Oh, that's when they missed. Oh, fuck. We need to call 911.
Looks like we need a new puppy.
Do you remember Dinosaurs, the TV show?
The show? The movie?
No,
Oh, the TV show.
yeah,
Yeah.
not the mama.
Mm-hmm.
And he's watching the science lab one where their sidekick's name is Timmy. And, like, Timmy blows up and they go, "We're gonna need another Timmy!" Yay!
That show is kind of like in my deep, dark subconscious of my childhood.
Return to Oz.
Don't even get me started on that clustered trip.
Beware of the Wheelers. I don't remember them.
Kale hates when we talk like
I
this
didn't
because
have
he
a
didn't.
childhood.
Have you not seen Return to Oz?
He hasn't seen anything.
Or Mac and Me?
He had only been to Disneyland twice.
What's a movie?
What is this movie you're talking of? What is this moving pictures?
My mom let me out of the basement just 2 years ago. So I'm new to all this.
She just gave you Coors Light and Taco Bell.
Oh God! Speaking of, I'm trying to get diarrhea after this podcast.
For real?
From Taco Bell.
Oh man.
Oh, that's what we're having for dinner.
It's Tropic Thunder, if you know what I'm saying.
I would like a nice salad.
Can you get a salad at Taco Bell?
Yeah, it's their crusty lettuce and
Yeah, I'll have the crusty one.
Can
the crusty burger.
Can I have one boneless salad?
Boneless.
So just a regular salad? No, I want a boneless salad. Dickhead. They don't have bones in it.
Well, lettuces do have their weird little bone thing. I would have a salad without bones.
What little bone is it?
The
What?
long strip that holds the piece of lettuce together.
I think that's called photosynthesis.
No, like the heart.
The heart?
I don't know.
My heart.
The crunchy part of the lettuce that no one likes and always like flings off of their plate when they get it in a salad.
Oh, like the
I'm a
stock.
The bone of
That's a stock.
the bone of the
I
salad.
think. I don't fucking know.
I've been eating the wrong type of salad, apparently.
I don't remember any bones in the salad. That's gonna be the name of this podcast. It's rather gonna
Boneless salad.
it's rather gonna be legalized ranch or boneless salad.
Boneless salad. Fuck. My hands look like this, so his can look like this.
This little shit right here that I had to watch this weekend.
Shit 3 times in our room in 3 different spots.
Yeah,
That was either him or Alton. We're not sure yet.
I don't know, it was a little too big to be small white cats.
I was just listening to cringe compilations and just shitting in the corner. Thank you.
Just like, hey, make sure you flush when you're done.
You just see me in the corner just playing fucking what is that song that's out right now? I can't even remember.
Old Town Road.
You know, I ruined the joke. It's okay.
Womp womp.
Womp womp womp.
Well, we came up with a new saying this weekend.
What's the saying?
So if someone's just not smart.
Oh. Yeah, I know where you're going. I was thinking how much time we had to discuss this topic further.
How
We
much
have a
time do
lot
we
of
have?
time.
We're good. Yeah, keep going.
So if someone's not very smart, instead of, yeah, it's about this one,
Oh, okay.
and then we can go to that one.
Okay.
They pulled a small white cat.
Small white cat.
That's what you
It
call it.
replaces the R word.
Because our word's not resourceful, not respectful.
What do you mean? I call people ravioli every day. Fucking ravioli. Ravioli. Put it in the pocket, Oli.
My little brother got so mad at my mom because what did she say that was so funny?
Everything that
Well,
Darbs
so he thought
that my mom called him
Him
a small white cat, and he got so mad.
and then he started like throwing a fit or something. And she's like, "You are being a small white cat."
Oh my god.
And then we were watching the most fucked up show I've ever seen in my life, 90 Day Fiancé.
Fuck me.
Peyton put it on at
I
like
can't watch
1
that
in the
shit.
morning, drunk as hell, and then she goes to bed like instantly, and I'm just sitting there like, what in the fuck? So this show, like, I don't know if it's always like that, but someone came over from
Yep.
Most of the time.
They came from Thailand, so this
No, it
older.
was, yeah.
Well, it just comes from everywhere. It's not directly.
Well,
from
this
Thailand.
episode.
Well, this
specifically.
episode.
Yeah.
So he brings this 24-year-old woman back from Thailand, and he's like 45 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
like,
he says he looks like he's like 50 something.
and this girl can barely speak English at all, but they're like supposed to be getting married, and it's like so fucked up. And they were living with their friends. They get kicked out of their friend's house, so they go back to like Kentucky or wherever they were living, and they're living in a abandoned fire station, like up above where
Yeah,
the
like
trucks
you know
park.
how like where the trucks are, and then
Oh.
they have like the stairs that go
Yeah.
up to where they stay for
Is
the
it-
night, like when they're on call.
Isn't the guy like a bigger guy as well? He's like a bigger kind
Yeah,
of
he's-
balding guy. I
he's
know
huge,
who that
yeah.
is. Yeah.
So, anyways, they're living there for free. That was what they thought. But now the guy that is letting him live there is like, you got to pay $1,000 in rent, and he's like, he refuses to get a job. He's been home
But he
for
wants
6
to get
months.
married.
He's 46 years old, been home for 6 months, will not get a job, and the girl the whole time is like, because he just was like this American dream, and we're gonna have this house and all
Right.
this money, and
Like
she's like,
promised her all this shit.
she's like, what the fuck? Like, you're poor. I'm gonna leave you. I don't love you.
she's
I
like,
don't
what
love
about the
you."
American dream? And
Yeah,
she's
like,
like, I
where's
don't
my
know if I
house?
love him.
Where's my American dream?
Exactly.
Where is mine?
So then, like, he has this kid that moves into the firehouse with him.
That's like what?
She's like in his high teens,
Yeah.
and then
High
the
teens.
next like it breaks to commercial. They come back. Their kid got shot in the face, like by his friend. Like, oh, it's not loaded. Bang, right in his cheek. And his dad can't afford anything because he doesn't get a job.
Yeah.
So he can't pay for the procedure. So the kid's cheek is literally like he's got a balloon in it because the bullet's still lodged in his
And
mouth.
like all infected.
Is like this big, and he like can't talk. So they're like, we have to send him off to his mom in Texas and get the surgery. And
Oh
then,
my god.
so then it's like, oh, a couple days later, and the guy that originally gave him the firehouse is like, we sold the firehouse. You have to be out in 3 days. So he's like, I do have a couple options for you. Apparently, there's an apartment area in the storage unit places.
Yeah.
Like there's for the managers
Yeah.
to live there, but it's not like a place you should be living.
That's
like-
the American
It's
dream, brother.
It's a tiny little
American
shower,
dream.
no kitchen stuff. So the girl goes from the firehouse, which had all of that, to this little
shack.
like, yeah, basically, and she's just like so fucking pissed the whole time. The best part, they went to dinner, and she's like, yeah, I can't wait to have kids, blah blah blah, and they went to dinner with the guy's sister, and she's like you two have kids, and she's like, yeah, we're so excited, and the sister's like, didn't he tell you he has a vasectomy?
Oh no.
She's like, what?
Okay.
So then he's like, no, we're like, if we can afford the operation to get it reversed and whatever. I'm like, you can't even afford a house. You just sent your kid away because he got shot and you couldn't fix him, and now you just want to like get a reverse vasectomy to have a baby.
Is that even possible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Vasectomy. That's why it's like, if you don't believe in abortion, then get a fucking vasectomy.
Get a
Open sesame.
A bare necessity.
Get an
a bare
open sesame.
necessity.
A bare necessity.
Because you can reverse it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean the bare necessity. Simple bare.
I don't even know why I went on that tangent, because it
'Cause
was a
it's just
different show
part of-
that I was trying to get to, where my mom called that lady a small white cat.
See, not a lot of them on that show are like
That fucked up.
that fucked up. Well,
I was just like-
a lot of them are fucked up. Don't
It was
give me
just
that
like,
one.
worse.
Well, it's all these like creepy old white men that are like preying on these young girls that want to come for the American dream and promise them all of this shit, and then it's kind of disgusting, actually.
There was this one that I watched, and it was like this southern, like, you know, big husky woman.
Husky woman.
And
AKA a mom.
a mama,
A southern mama.
a honey June. She was dating some guy that was from like Africa or something, and he comes over. I don't know what the country is. Sorry if I can't figure it out. And the guy tells her like, "Hey, come back to Africa with me, and we'll just hang out, and I'll introduce you to my parents and stuff." And she goes over there, and like the first like hour that she's there, she's out of breath just walking, and he's like, "You need to walk more." Just. And he's like, "Don't hold my hand. You're disgusting," and just telling her off.
There's a
the
few
entire
episodes
time.
like that where it's like a bigger woman and she gets like a mail order husband,
Yeah,
and like
that's horrible.
they come over and she's like kind of catfished him this whole time, and like the guy's just so disgusted by her, but like wants his like his citizenship.
That's...
And he's like, "Don't touch me."
And then they're like, we love each other so much.
I gotta go to the bathroom. And they walk out. That's really what those shows are mainly about. Like, not all of them, because a lot of them, I guess, kind of do like the people, but a lot of them are just there for citizenship.
Yeah.
And then,
That's what that one
And
was.
then they
100%.
dip.
Yeah. She wanted her American dream.
And she did not get that.
Kat wanted the American Dream as well, but he didn't get it.
Are you his American dream?
Yeah. He's my parrot this weekend when he climbed up on top of my shoulder and just chilled there. I'm like, I'm a pirate.
Sit like a normal cat.
I'm gonna name him Jack now. Not you. We named the monkey Jack.
This is actually now his podcast. You guys are really missing out if you're not watching the videos. Which, by the way, everything is going well as far as that goes, except for Google Play.
What's wrong with Google Play?
They're just still
They're
reviewing it
rude.
for 80,000 years.
Oh yeah. True. Did you change the Google or the Instagram password?
Mm-mm.
Because I got booted out trying to log in, and they're like, "You're not a member of them," and I'm like, "I'm the co-host."
I am the podcast.
No, I didn't change anything. I haven't been on it.
We don't talk
Maybe
about
got
that.
hacked.
Probably. I don't know.
There's nothing on there.
Take it. We'll
Take
make a new one.
Make it better.
Take
Give
it, go
back
away.
later.
They're probably like, "Oh God, why did we hack this account?
Fuck,
can
what
have it
is
back.
this?
What was the password before? Change it back."
Change it back. Go back.
Give it
Go
back.
back. How much more time do we have on this?
Weird text
Everyone's.
message. We're at an hour mark, so
Can we one more thing?
yeah.
Going back, because I know Peyton gets kind of anxiety.
Get my jollies off of it.
Oh, she gets anxious when I talk about this shit.
She
I'm
comes out
a
those-
I'm a fanatic when it comes to the end of the world shit. I just want to talk, like, if you could, let's say it's a barren wasteland.
Die. That's my answer.
Alright.
There you have it.
If you could live in any building during the apocalypse, where would you live and
Disney
why?
Castle.
The Disney Castle?
Yeah.
And then you just take it over and use it as like a
There's-
little barter and trade shop.
Doors. And you lock yourself in there and you're in a little moat.
You also got the underground section of it, so you got the whole network underneath Disneyland
Yeah,
Park.
so
Ho
Oh, duh.
Oh, duh.
but my other option is die. So
Cal, what about you?
I'd probably live in some cool ass, like, high ass
Yurt.
A yurt?
skyscraper. Like, so nothing could get me.
Well, like,
Oh, can I change my answer?
yeah.
No, you were being all high and mighty about it. Now you're stuck there.
You're like, I'm gonna fucking die instead of live.
You change your answer to die?
No, I'd go up to Antarctica and live in an igloo.
So I'd rather die.
Damn, son.
I would live up there, like, in,
Empire State Building or something?
like, Saudi Arabia type of high building. Isn't that where that is?
Or Dubai?
Dubai.
You want to
Sri
go
Lanka?
Yeah, somewhere cool like that.
Tokyo?
Yes.
Egypt? A pyramid?
I
I'm gonna go
know.
live in the nose of the Sphinx. Oh wait,
I'll live in the ass
it's
of it.
gone.
I'd fucking take over Capitol.
Egyptian joke. Know your history.
What's your answer?
I'd fucking take over Capitol Hill on top of that hill. Down
I'm
that
just
street.
a bill.
Yeah,
on
I'm just a
Capitol
bill.
Hill.
I'm just a bill. Yeah, I'm just a bill. And I'm sitting on
Why
top
there?
of Capitol Hill.
But why?
Because
Explain your answer with 3
There's not even a
paragraphs
bed in
of
there.
evidence.
what?
Single spaced.
There's a bed in there
Where?
in the basement. No, I'd move a mattress up to the gold room because that gold room has shatterproof glass.
Well, when the end of the world happens, we all know where to find each other now, so that's great.
So none of those answers were true.
That was actually 3 lies.
And no truths.
No truths.
Ah, fuck.
Everyone's gonna take my answers. I'm so dumb.
I'd go for Disneyland. Disneyland would be so cool after the
The
apocalypse.
top of the Matterhorn.
Oh,
And their like
fuck.
secret basketball arena.
If Tower of Terror was still there, top floor of that bitch. They got rooms up there. I know they do. I've
So
seen
the
it.
only thing is there's all these escape routes because if the ride shuts down, everyone has to be able to get off, so everyone can come and find you. I'd live in an airplane.
It's never ending flying around.
I'll live in my Volvo.
I'll just live in my house.
I know I'm
actually.
not gonna make it, so I don't really like thinking about it.
You can't have that mentality. You gotta base your
Watch, I'm
survival
gonna be the
instincts.
only one that lives.
Yeah.
Well, what the fuck do I do now?
Fucking.
Better go to Disneyland.
You gotta train the cat to hunt and feed and stuff.
Just glue them together to make a mega cat. The alpha of all
No, the radiation will glue them together. Has 2 heads and 1 body.
like this. Just butt to butt.
It'll be super white cat.
Super potato. It'd be
Potato.
mashed potato.
The white potato. It's like a Fallout character. White potato.
White potato. I
White.
don't know white.
Well, this one's white.
Except for red potato.
Yeah, because you hybrid the ones and just. All right, is that it? We
In
calling it?
conclusion,
Is it
Yeah.
conclusion? In conclusion,
we're all fucked. We're all dead in 12 years.
boneless salad.
In conclusion, try out the new Arby's Baconator Boneless Salad. Limited time.
So this episode was brought to you by the Meat Mountain. We're
All right.
boneless.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us. We're on iTunes, Spotify, probably Google by the time this is live.
Hey.
Give us those ratings.
Hey.
Subscribe.
5 stars.
5
5
stars.
stars.
And your honest opinion.
Send us fursuits.
Yeah, if you love us.
Send them fursuits.
Send only Kale one.
Limited edition. And adios.
Adios. That was great.
Ciao.
Ciao. My Milano.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good time.